All right, today we're going to talk about leash handling and what is proper leash handling. 90% of the challenges that we face when we have a dog on leash come from this end, really not that end. So I'm going to show you how to manage your leash so that you get better behavior from your dog. Number one, we start with a short but not tight leash. It doesn't really matter whether you have a 4-foot leash or a 6-foot leash. We want to make sure that we have what we call a fish hook or a J between us and the dog. So that means that we've got to figure out what to do with all of this. I'm going to show you what not to do. Number one, don't wrap, okay? That is the number one reason why people wind up in the emergency room after walking their dog. So what are you going to do with this? You are going to do one of these three things. You are either going to take your pointer finger, put the loop of your handle on your pointer finger, you can put it on your thumb, or you can put it on your wrist. That's step one. Decide what's comfortable for you. Play with this at home. Am I more comfortable holding onto it on my pointer finger? Am I more comfortable holding onto it with my thumb? Or am I more comfortable holding onto it on my wrist? You're going to play with this at home. Once you've decided which position is comfortable, you're going to put it on that finger or your wrist. For me, it's going to be my pointer finger. You're going to take your free hand, you're going to reach down about 12 inches, you're going to bring it up level with the hand that has the loop, and then you're just going to gently fold it in, all right? So you can see with my stuffed dog here, I now have a nice J or fish hook. This is all the room my dog needs if we're going for a walk, okay? So now, what do I do with this? Well, your center of gravity is where your belly button is. So you're going to take this nicely bundled up end of the leash and you're going to bring it into your center of gravity, which is where your belly button is. This is where your leash should stay the entire time you're walking your dog, unless you've given them a free cue. We're going to talk about that in a moment. What this does is it keeps your elbow close to your body. It keeps your shoulder down so that you don't come back after a walk like this and have to go to your chiropractor, okay? So, on the hand, wrapped up gently and nicely, bring it into your center of gravity. This hand never moves. We're going to show you what it looks like with a real dog in a moment. Now, what about that release cue? So I do need to give my dog the opportunity to sniff. I need to give him the opportunity to eliminate. Maybe I'm going to allow him to greet. So I need to have a word that says, all right, it's your time, not mine. So I'm going to tell him free. And when I tell him free, I'm going to give him a big hand signal. Free, you have permission to go out and do what you want. And then I'm simply going to drop that loop. All I have now is the actual handle in my hand. My dog is free to do whatever he needs to do. Eliminate, greet, go say hi. He doesn't need this much leash if we're going for a walk, okay? That's one of the reasons why loose leash walking becomes difficult is we send a lot of mixed messages as we are up here. It's also important that you're aware of what's going on in the environment. So right now I have somebody standing off to the side with their dog, and if this dog were real, I would have to be very aware of what's going on over there. So if I need to get my dog back to me, let's say I've given it free and something pops up, here comes another dog, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to step into the dog and I'm going to gather that leash back up, all right? So now we're back into that fish hook. This sends a signal to the dog, hey, we're going to start walking together, and we're going to give this dog a cue that says, all right, we're leaving. For mine, it would be let's go, and I would say let's go, and off I would go and my dog would follow. I am not going to do this, let's go, and drop that cue, drop that leash. Because the cue from the leash says, hey, we're moving together, and if I say let's go, and I leave that cue back there, what's the message the dog actually gets? So again, leash handling is critical when it comes to being able to control our dogs on a loose leash walk, or greeting skills. So we also use this in our Great Greeters curriculum. We'll be back in just a minute with our live demonstration.